14 mountains stood above 8,000 meters, and only one remained. On the freezing morning of October 7, 2023, high in the death zone of Tibet, a climber made her final push toward history. But what began as a conquering ascent quickly turned into a fatal decision, as the mountain unleashed a force no one could outrun. Will she make it out alive, or will Shishapangma become her final summit? Before Anna Gutu became a high-altitude mountaineer, she was a dreamer and a fighter who never backed down from the impossible. She was born in Odessa, Ukraine, and later moved to the US. Her early life looked nothing like the extreme slopes she would one day conquer, but something inside her was always drawn to challenge. Anna always wanted to stand on top of the world. She took on the most brutal environments on Earth, one by one, climbing 13 of the world's 14 tallest peaks, each rising above 8,000 meters. Here, we're talking about the death zone giants, Everest, K2, Annapurna, and others, where oxygen thins, temperatures plunge, and one wrong move can cost your life. Over time, Anna built a following. She shared her journey with the world, often posting raw, emotional updates from the side of glaciers and base camps. But beyond the photos and captions, her ambition was sharp and clear. She wanted to become the first American woman to summit all 14 8,000-meter peaks. That goal put her in a quiet rivalry with another climber, Gina Sidlo, who was chasing the same record and had also completed 13 peaks. The stage was set for history. There was just one mountain left, Shishapangma. At 8,027 meters, Shishapangma is the lowest of the 8,000ers, but that doesn't make it easy. Tucked deep inside Tibet and often clouded in political restrictions, the mountain is isolated and unpredictable. Its slopes aren't sharply vertical or dramatically jagged like K2's, but they hide another kind of danger. It's avalanches. The upper sections of Shishapangma have long, gentle inclines, which can become deadly under the right conditions. In the days before Anna's final climb, the mountain had been hammered by heavy snow and brutal wind. Those are the exact ingredients for wind slab avalanches, where compacted snow layers can break loose without warning and sweep everything below them away. Climbers attempting Shishapangma face two routes to the true summit. One is a narrow, exposed ridge. It's a technically demanding path, but more stable in avalanche-prone conditions. The other is a more direct line across the mountain's northeast face. It's quicker, easier, but far riskier. Several teams, after assessing the snow and wind conditions on October 6, decided to turn back. But 32-year-old Anna and her team made a different call. She was climbing under a joint expedition between elite expeditions, founded by famed mountaineer Nims Purja and Imagine Nepal. The pressure was real. This was the last peak. If she turned back, the record might slip away. At the same time, 45-year-old Gina Sidlo was also on the mountain, attempting the summit with her own team from Seven Summits Treks. Two women on two different teams, both reaching for the same slice of history. They chose different variations of the same dangerous face, and by the next day, the mountain would make its move. So, it was October 7th, 2023. The weather on Shishapangma had already turned. Winds were howling, and the snow beneath the surface was unstable and brittle. Somewhere above 7,800 meters, Anna Gutu and her 27-year-old guide, Mingmar Sherpa, were moving up the mountain, nearing the final stretch toward the summit. Then, without warning, the snow gave way. An avalanche roared down the slope, sweeping everything in its path. Anna and Mingmar were hit directly. There was no time to react and no chance to escape. Both were confirmed dead by the authorities not long after. Their record-breaking dream had ended in silence beneath tons of snow. But the mountain wasn't finished yet. Roughly 2 hours later, another avalanche struck the same area. This time, it hit the team of Gina Sidlo and her guide, Tenjen Lama Sherpa. He had faced it countless times, but even experience can't stop a mountain in motion. Both Gina and Tenjen were buried. Rescue teams searched the debris but found nothing. The two were declared missing and presumed dead. In total, 4 climbers were caught in Shishapangma's deadly grip in just a matter of hours. And they weren't alone on the mountain. Other Sherpa climbers nearby were injured during the avalanche or the chaotic rescue attempts that followed. Mountains are unpredictable, just like this channel. Subscribe now so you never miss the next wild story from the roof of the world. In the days that followed, the climbing world was in shock. 4 elite climbers, including 2 American women chasing history, and 2 of Nepal's finest Sherpas, were gone in a single day. The Chinese authorities were quick to act. Shishapangma was immediately closed to all expeditions. Teams urgently retreated to base camp, and the 2023 season came to an abrupt end. No official statements came from the guiding companies. The silence spoke volumes, but those who had been there described the scene with one word: intense. According to reports from other climbers, the air in Tibet had been filled with pressure. Multiple climbers had been attempting record-setting ascents at the same time, including the 2 Americans. The stakes were high, and everyone knew that records were on the line. Everyone knew someone was about to make history. Anna Gutu and Gina Urzasidlo weren't rivals in the personal sense. They shared mutual respect, even admiration, but they were both chasing the same rare title of first American woman to climb all 14 of the world's 8,000-meter peaks. It was a pursuit fueled by passion, but also one shaped by the modern mountaineering world's hunger for records, titles, and recognition. In the months after the tragedy, tributes began to surface. Elite expeditions, co-led by Nims Purja, held a special remembrance for Anna Gutu and Mingmar Sherpa, dedicating subsequent climbs to their memory. Gina Urzasidlo's family and friends also shared moving messages online, painting a picture of a determined and bold woman whose legacy extended beyond the summit. Their stories were captured in documentaries as well. What do you think about this story? And which extreme record attempt should we cover next? Let us know in the comments. We read them all. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive into the world's most dangerous records.